Niggas really got it out for his head, B. Like, I'm telling you, this shit is not no game. This shit is not no, like, that's another thing. It's like, you can't be God. Like, you can't be, like, they say, I am God. I am God. You are a piece of God, no doubt. Like, you are a fraction of God, no doubt. You are made in God's image, no doubt. No doubt. But you're not God, my nigga. You're not. Jesus himself in the story of Jesus in the Bible denounced himself to be God itself. He verbatimly told everybody, no, bitch, I'm not God. I am his son. I come in his image. Like, seriously. So why this nigga is ranting and raving on live talking about how he's God, bitch, you ain't God. You not God. Stop trying to tell people that you the Messiah. You not. You don't give nothing positive to the people, bro. Like, you don't. How you gonna sit up there and try to say you God when a historic book that has been here before everybody and God, and Jesus himself said that he wasn't God, and now you saying and you coming up with concepts and shit to make people believe that you God, and now you got other people, you know, committing blasphemy. You going to hell, my nigga. You going to hell. Like, you already in hell. You don't even need to go. You already there. That's why you so miserable. Once I become a host, we gonna read this nigga demons. Straight like that. Straight like that. He could read whatever he want about me. He could say whatever he want about me. He could do whatever he want to me. I will reign. This supreme energy over here will reign. Because I'm not going out to tell people. Never have I ever even had the thought of telling people that I'm God. I never had the intention to be no fucking Messiah. No, none of that shit. I'm speaking to people who I need to speak to. I got everything on lock stash over here. Don't worry about none of that. Don't worry about none. Don't worry about him going down. I got everything on lock stash. He, at this point, he just digging himself deeper in the hole. So let him continue. My audition is Saturday for 2. I'm gonna be putting out the flyer tomorrow. He is definitely antichrist. Definitely. You don't say that you're God and then try to act like, you know what I'm saying, you over everybody, and you, bitch, if you was Jesus, if you was considered to be the Messiah, and you've been on social media for how long, and motherfuckers still don't know you, motherfuckers still tuning into you, bitch. Soon as Jesus' spirit was completely filled with the word of God, everybody knew who he was. Everybody knew who he was. There was no doubt. You could feel it. Niggas see you through a camera, and niggas already know that you're not the Messiah. Nigga already could call you fake from phony. And you know why? Because there are actually people out here with more knowledge than you. You'll never talk to those people, though. That's why you isolate yourself from the society. Because you don't want nobody to turn you on your head. Because you need to have control, and you're afraid that somebody's going to be able to control you in some type of way. So you need to gain control. So you need to go move outside of the U.S. jurisdiction. Get a whole bunch of incompetent, insecure ass motherfuckers who don't know themselves, who don't know their worth, and manipulate them. This is what you do. At one point in time, because I joined Carbonation, I felt like I knew who I was. I felt like what I wanted to do. That was the reason why I went. The people who leave Carbonation is the people who remember who the fuck they are when they actually went to Carbonation. The people who leave Carbonation remember who the fuck they were and how they got caught up into his own mind games after a couple weeks, because they realized that ain't them. So they left. Everybody who don't really know who they are, who are very, very, very insecure, they stay. Because that's the only person that they could depend on to seek validation from. They can't get validation from nobody else because nobody else has these 5 sciences that they're so tuned into naturally, because for some reason they want to understand the truth. But because Nature Boy have somewhat of knowledge upon these studies that they want to apply to their life and the lifestyle that they want to live, they depend on him and they believe in him. And you know what they say? Yeah, he's the Messiah. They believe that he's the Messiah. They believe that they're going to hell. When in fact, this nigga ain't shit. Welcome back to another episode of Carbonation Ain't Shit. This nigga is fucked up in every way possible. All kinds of ways possible. Nobody could, as long as I've been in Carbonation and as close as I was to him, nobody could tell me that he's a righteous person. No woman in Carbonation. No woman in Carbonation could tell me that Nature Boy is righteous and he's somebody who you should be with. I truly believe that all of those women that's there don't even want to be with Nature Boy. They're withering the fuck away. Efru, now since she's got closer to Nature Boy, this girl look bad. She's looking more and more sick. All her eyes are sinking in around. She just look bad. She's not expressing herself no more because you know what he does when motherfuckers get close to him? He sucks their energy. He drains them. Because he need they source of energy so that he can feel his own demonic characteristics. This is what narcissists do. It's called fuel. They find hosts like a cancer cell, like the shit he teaches cancer in the body. We're being a cancer. Bitch, you're a part of being a cancer. You attach yourselves to hosts. You find hosts, attach yourself to it, and then drain the energy from that person until you can't drain no more. Until you can't drain no more. Either that person wind up dying or you wind up having to send that person on their way because you draining the fuck out of them. How is everybody over there looking sick? I'm talking about gravely sick. Not no like regular sick, like, oh, she got a cold. Like, no, bitch. How all of them looking gravely sick like that and you the only one as plump as you is? You the only one that's really holding your own weight. That's holding your own light. On some shit. None of them people over there got a light. All the light that was in them, you drained from them, and now you harnessing their light and turning it into darkness. All of their light that you absorbing, you turning that shit straight into darkness. And I don't feel bad for you. I used to feel bad for you, but now I don't feel bad for you because, bitch, you know what you doing. You know you being fucked up. You know you doing fucked up shit. And you take responsibility for it and admit that you being fucked up. So because you know, you gonna get it the worst. You want to talk about people who giving up on the kingdom of God and not applying certain knowledge to their life? Fuck that. If a motherfucker don't eat fruit and don't live in the tropics, that don't got nothing on a motherfucker who is trying to manipulate somebody spiritually and mentally. That's even worse. Even worse. So you can miss me with all the bullshit that you've conjured up to make yourself look as righteous as you think you are in your delusional ass mind of yours. You ain't righteous. Ain't nothing righteous about you. Every person you've touched, every life that you've entered, you have fucked it over in some way. Why you think he don't have no friends from the past? This nigga don't have no family. This nigga don't have no friends. This nigga don't have shit. He don't have shit. The only thing Nature Boy have is motherfuckers who he talk to online that only want to fuck him because he only want to fuck them. That's it. That's the only kind of anything he have in his life. He don't have nothing. And it's so sad that you don't have nothing because you won't give it to yourself. You want to talk about how people don't love you, how people don't want to be here for you, and how much of a crack baby this, and how much of it, much you went through this, and you didn't have your parents that, and you didn't, and all of this extra shit. You can't worry, you can't depend on nobody to give you shit, Nature Boy. You got to give it to yourself. You preach. And this is the craziest shit about it. You teach about loving yourself. You teach motherfuckers to love theyself, but you don't even love yourself. You don't love yourself just because you gave yourself the tropics and you move to the tropics and you vegan all of a sudden and you eat meat from time to time. Don't make you a good person. It don't make you righteous. And it don't make you healed. Just like you teach, wherever you go, there you are. You are demonic, retarded, unfunctional as dysfunctional as person. This is what you are. And where you go, you bring it with you. This is why you got deported from multiple states, honey. This is, or country, whatever the fuck you want to call it. This is why you got deported multiple times. Because everywhere you went, you took your baggage. You took your shit with you. And those people seen it and they recognized it and they told you to get the fuck. You want to know why? Because those people wasn't demonic like you. Anybody who told you to get the fuck away from them isn't demonic. You know what Nature Boy likes to do? He likes to make himself congruent to Jesus in the Bible. Well, the Son of God will never have nowhere to lay their head. They'll be denounced. You know, Jesus will be denounced by his people, even if they will know who he is, but they will not participate in his knowledge. This is the type of shit that Nature Boy would say to combat what I'm talking about as far as his demonic ass characteristics. If you were righteous in any kind of way, it would be displayed on social media. And if people denounce you because of the positivity, then we could talk about making yourself congruent to Jesus. But until then, bitch, you ain't nowhere near congruent, equal, or anything to the story of Jesus. You are a straight demon. You know, when Nature Boy was a child, by me knowing his story and being close to him, I used to feel so bad for him because I realized that he didn't have nobody. He didn't have nothing. So I wanted to be that for him. And I was very good to him. Very good. Very, very good to him. Because he didn't love himself, he couldn't allow and he couldn't absorb true love. He couldn't absorb angelicness. And you want to know another reason why he couldn't absorb? Because ever since he was a little child, his innocence was taken away from him. His innocence was taken away from him. His light, his purity, it was taken away from him by everything he went through. His parents dying, him being adopted, him being put into the foster care, him being molested, him being tortured, him being neglected. That'll turn somebody light into darkness. What you see in Nature Boy is somebody who didn't even choose. He didn't choose to be a demon. You know, he was turned into that way because he allowed his circumstances to turn him that way. And the lesson for me that I get from it all is that I don't care what happens to me in life. I don't care how much I'm tortured. I don't care how much of anything negative is happening to me. I'm never gonna turn my light or let my light be turned into darkness for nothing. For nothing. Somebody could do the most craziest shit to me. I'm not gonna let them turn my light into darkness. I'm not. And that's facts. Like, there is no excuse. Because just like all of that shit happened to you as a child, you sitting up here online, and all of that shit happened to you as a child. You sitting up here online talking about how you need to heal generational curses, and you need to love yourself, and you need to apply these 5 sciences to your life, but you ain't doing none of it. So you know what that's telling me? That's telling me that you actually know what the fuck happened. It just feel good to you. You like being a demon. You like being a fucking demon. You like that shit. You thrive off of that shit. Being a demon to you is pleasurable. It brings you joy. It brings you a pleasure that, sex couldn't even make you feel. This is why you have to have multiple sex partners to conjure up all of this energy, just so it could be as demonic, as it would be your light just simply turning into dark. You need to feel this. You need to feel this. And it's so sad because you're having children from it. Not only by women who you physically sleep with, but through other men who are adopting these thought patterns that you're trying to teach humanity. And they're having children with these women. And guess what's happening to these children? They're coming out gravely sick. Every single child who was born into carbonation was either coming out on deathbed or damn near dead. Damn near dead or dead, pretty much. Ain't nothing, that's not righteous. How are you gonna build a nation and you can't even produce children? You can't even produce children. You can't even produce children with the women you have now. The only thing you worried about is how you gonna try to finesse those women to fuck them in the ass. And that's on some real shit. Everybody's sitting here making fun of this shit and think that it's, like, this shit is crazy. Everybody who went to carbonation, who's not speaking up, who never went to the police, the authorities, or anything, who never did nothing about it, I pray for you. I pray for you, because at the end of it, you have a voice in it, and because you're not speaking up, it's like letting it keep happening, just in a different form. I actually care about humanity. I actually care about what those people are going through in carbonation. I actually built relationships with some of those people in carbonation, got to know them, got to know certain things about them, know how to help them, but I can't even help them because they're brainwashed by Nature Boy. I actually care about humanity. I actually have a purpose to heal humanity that Nature Boy so badly wants to take from me, because he's so jealous of my light, and he's jealous that I don't want to give him my light. He's jealous that he can't even absorb and receive my light to even turn it into darkness. He mad as the fuck. So you know what he has to do? He has to ignore me now. At first, he thought I was going to shut up like everybody else and go silent. I'm not a person you silent. If anything, I'm the type of person, if you try to silence me, I'm going to get louder. I'm going to get louder. So now, all you can do is ignore me and throw pot shots and create little situations in hopes that a Nateri come back to you so that you can make a fool out of her, so that you can feel yourself as a narcissist, do some fuck shit to her, then she leaves, then it's a cycle, and it happens all over again. But you need that because you want attention. You need views. You need money. You need this. You need that. You need worldly treasures. You're not doing anything for spiritual reasons. You're not doing anything for a righteous reason. You're doing everything for clout. You want to talk about all the other clout chasers on here? Bitch, you're a clout chaser. Every situation that me and you went through in our relationship that should have been confidential, that should have been private and personal, you turned that shit and exploited that shit into a real nigga moment on social media for your own benefit. That didn't have shit to do with me. You said fuck me in the process. Didn't care about my feelings, didn't care about how I felt, didn't care about what was going on with me, didn't give a fuck about your daughter in the process. Bitch, you is down bad. You down bad, son. Straight like that. And if ain't nobody ever told you, I'ma tell you. Whether I'm in your face or not. Bitch, you down bad. And this is why we couldn't be together. And this is why he wanted to beat me. And you mad. You mad. Report me, bitch. Report me all you want. I don't give a fuck. Do whatever you want. You already said a whole bunch of lies about me. Ain't shit more you could do to me to hurt me or to bring me down. Cause at this point, I'm rising. Rising. Just like you made me tattoo your name under my lotus. No, bitch. That shit get covered up. You know why? Because I'm my zenith. I am the strength of who I am. I have the strength that you so wish to have, that you so wish to take